That's tough to take. That is tough to take. Oh god. Okay. Spain 2, England 1. Spain are record 4-time Euro champions. They have won the Euros. England lose 2-1. Nico Williams and Miguel Oyarzabal with the goals for Spain. Cole Palmer with a goal for England. Oh god. Oh god. You know, what's more frustrating about this is it was the same old story. It was the same old story. Now look, before I get into this properly, firstly, I'd like to say thank you for all the support on all of the Euro content we've done throughout this tournament. I do have a couple videos planned after the tournament related to the Euros, but we'll do a couple more and then call it a day there. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for all of the support throughout the Euros. It's been absolutely amazing. I've loved covering it with you guys. Obviously, I wish it could have ended with an England win. That would have been absolutely incredible, but it wasn't to be. Also, this video will most likely be a combined review of the Euro and Copa America final. I'm going to go after this, watch the Copa America final, and hopefully distract myself from that Euro final. So yeah, I'll put the timestamps in if you want to just skip to the Copa final or the Euro final. But yeah, hopefully you'll watch both. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about this. I'm going to talk about England, get all of my randy, sort of England thoughts, just blurt them out the way, and then, don't worry, I will talk about Spain. Let me just get everything off my chest about England. So, look. Oh yeah, and there's also one thing I should have mentioned. Shout out to Mark, one of my subscribers, who was the only person who actually predicted this correct scoreline. They said 2-1 Spain versus England, and they were correct, so well done to you. Anyways, let's begin. So, England. I said it here. The most frustrating thing that it was the same old story. It was the same old story in this game. But you've seen this whole tournament, which we saw the last Euros, and ultimately the same story that defines the Southgate era. We start off timid, a bit scared. We go a goal down. After we go a goal down, then we're like, oh damn, okay, let's go for this now. Let's make some changes to the team, put some subs on, go for it a bit more, change up a tactic, be a bit more attacking on the front foot. We look so much better doing it. We managed to score a goal from it. And then at that moment, you're like, okay, we got the momentum, we're doing great, we're playing so much better now, let's go, keep up the pressure. And then as soon as we equalise, sit back, allow Spain back into the game, allow them in it, and then Spain naturally score and get the winner. I mean, how many times have we seen this? We've seen it throughout this tournament. It takes us until we go a goal down to actually change things and go for the game. And we got away with it against Slovakia. We got away with it against Switzerland. We got away with it versus the Netherlands. But when you come up against the best team at the Euros, you cannot get away with that. You cannot do it. And it's just so frustrating. We did this again at the last Euro final. That's why it hurts, because it's just the same thing. Start off like a house on fire, we're great, we're on the front foot, we're doing fantastic, 1-0 up. And then after that, we're like, actually, let's just chill now, let's just take our foot off the gas, allow Italy back in the game, they score, and then lose on pens. It's just so annoying. Like, I've literally seen this script 100 times. I honestly don't know why it takes us a goal to go a goal down for things to change, for us to say, you know what, let's go for this game now. I understand saying that we should have just gone for the game from the get-go, because I understand Spain are a fantastic side. We will get into them, but Spain are a great side. I'm not saying I'll just go press them and that, because Spain, I mean, you saw it when we did actually press them a few times. They picked us off because technically they're just so good as a team. But when we score the goal and we have the momentum, Spain looked a little bit on the rocks, especially after that goal. A few minutes later, you know, we went on the front foot again and Spain looked a bit shaky. After that, we just sat off, and it's like, really, we have the momentum in this game. We now have the players on the pitch like Palmer, like Watkins, who were making a great impact. And you then change it, and it kind of sums up. This sums up the approach. Just before the Oyarzabal goal, Conor Gallagher and I can't remember who the other person was. Who was the other person? I think it was. Who was it? I can't remember. Trippier. Conor Gallagher and Kieran Trippier were going to come on just before Yazbor scored with 5 minutes to go. It's 1-1 in a Euro final. We kind of have the momentum a little bit, and you're going to bring on Conor Gallagher and Kieran Trippier, who clearly were going to be defensive changes. It was probably going to take off Foden, push up Bellingham a bit, put Gallagher in there in the midfield, beef up. I'm like, are you kidding me? That just sums it up. And then of course Spain score at the same time, because come on, you're trying to rest on your laurels, you're trying to hold out for a 1-1. Are you serious? It doesn't make sense. But look, Southgate, as I said, same errors from the Italy game last time, same errors he's made this whole tournament. The Southgate era is surely come to an end now. I mean, it's pretty crazy that FA are going to actually want him to stay. That was the talk before the tournament, that they wanted him to stay regardless of the result tonight. That's pretty crazy to me. I will say this. Southgate, I'm going to give you credit for the job you've done in terms of, look, let's be real. When he picked us up as England manager, it was like Euro 2016, we were knocked out by Iceland. We hadn't been to a major final in years. He picked us up. 2018 World Cup, we didn't have the best squad, and he made it to the semis. Credit to him. Euro final, 2020 quarter final, 2022 World Cup, a final of Euros again. He's done much better than most managers we've had in the last, really in my lifetime. He's probably been the best one I've had. But unfortunately, I guess, as I said, what his reign is going to be remembered as is he did well to build us up to that stage, but when it came down to it, he never had the quality as a manager, the in-game management, to really get us over the line. And you know, we saw it at this tournament most prevalently. Every single game was moments, was individual brilliance that saved us. And unfortunately, in finals, you need those moments, but you also need some sort of in-game management. You need some sort of tactical identity to fall back on if you don't have those moments, which is why Spain won. And you know, the players couldn't deliver those moments in this final. And ultimately, Southgate has lost another final. I believe we're the first nation in the world to lose back-to-back Euro finals, which is just crazy. But yeah, I believe Southgate has to go now. As I said, look, he's done a pretty good job to take us to this stage, but at the end of the day, look, you tried twice in the Euros, you got to 2 finals, you couldn't do it. I think it's time to say, okay, you know what, I couldn't quite get us over the line. I got us near, but I couldn't get us over it. Bring in somebody else who maybe could. And I hope that the FA recognise recognises, and Southgate kind of hinted at it. I think it's personally good for him, to be honest, if he just resigns and says, you know what, I came close. I could be fairly happy with what I achieved with this England team, but disappointed by it couldn't end with silverware. And we move on. Maybe in another video, if it does get confirmed, I'll talk about who I would like as manager. But yeah, one thing I do want to mention though is, because I know a lot of people just blame Southgate, and if you watch after the Slovakia game, I did a bit of a rant, and if you watch that, you would know that for me, it's not 100% Gareth Southgate. There's not the 100% Southgate blame on this. Southgate, as I clearly mentioned, is not good enough tactically. His in-game management is not good enough to win major tournaments, to win finals. But I said that the finals are also down to moments. Finals are down to individuals. Finals are down to those key individuals to step up, and our players haven't. And quite frankly, most of our players at this entire tournament have been rubbish. Let's keep it real. Honestly. I know a lot of people don't want to say this, but most of our team have been rubbish. Harry Kane, this is definitely the worst tournament he has ever had in an England shirt. And possibly, given the hype going into this tournament, that many consider him the best striker in the world. He's the captain, he's in his prime, and the performances he put in at this tournament, this is honestly one of the worst I've seen from an England player in a long time, given the expectation. Phil Foden, I said it in the Slovakia game, I'll say it again, please somebody name me a moment Phil Foden has had in an England shirt. You cannot name me a single time. This guy has produced something magical, a moment in an England shirt. Declan Rice, again I said it in the Slovakia game, a good player, but is a limited player. Just keeping it real. He's not Rodri. In fact, Zubimendi came on at half time, and Zubimendi was even better than Rice. Bukayo Saka, I'll cut him a bit of slack. I think he's actually been one of our best players at this tournament, and every time he got the ball in the final as well, he tried to take on his man, he tried to do something. Jude Bellingham, I don't think it was that bad in the final. You could clearly see he wanted to try do something, it just wasn't working. But Jude had some great moments. Obviously a wonderful overhead kick, but if we're keeping it real, judging his performances at this tournament, they have been rubbish. Carl Walker again. Let's keep it real. Throughout this tournament, he's looked pretty bad. Particularly on the ball, he's been awful. Defensively, he's been okay. In this game, he couldn't handle Nico Williams. He could not handle him. He really couldn't. And, as I said, Southgate has most of the blame, but the players need to step up. The players need to take a look at themselves and say, okay, why are we not performing how we are on the international stage compared to the club stage? Because I'll tell you the reason, if we're being blunt. The players are very good players who, with very good coaches at club level, become world-class players. But when you put them on the international stage, that's kind of where you see the real player, if you like. Because you don't have world-class coaches. So you strip away the world-class coaching from a very good player. You just have a very good player with a pretty poor coach. What does that make? A decent player who every now and then, like we saw with a Bellingham, can pull off a moment of passing, for dribbling, for first touch, to intelligence. They have that. So when you strip away world-class coaching from them, they still retain that. They can fall back on those football fundamentals. With us, our players, again, they have them, but not at the same level. Not at the same level. Which is why at international tournaments, when you strip away world-class coaching, you see that some of the players maybe have good ability. Of course, they're good players, but they're not. They don't necessarily have that extremely high-level football intelligence. They don't necessarily have that extremely high-level passing, that extremely high-level first touch. In this team, who in this tournament has been the playmaker, we expected Phil Foden to be that. He hasn't been that. Rice is not that. Mainu is, and he struggled in this final. But I will cut him some slack because this kid's only 19, and with the way we played in this final, we didn't really try and get on the ball much. So naturally he couldn't get on the game and have an imprint on the game. So yeah, in terms of the actual final, for the Spain goal, the first one, the Nico Williams one, really, really poor defending. Walker has to tuck in because I think it was maybe Rice or something wasn't dragging the guy in the middle. I can't quite remember. Yamal plays it across to Williams. Cold finish, ice cold. Yeah, and then after the goal, we did play better. But when Copa came on, Ollie Watkins came on as well, and never has a change, which was very obvious to make. He did make a couple runs in behind, but he couldn't really have an imprint on the game because, again, we don't really have anyone who was capable of playing those balls to him until Cole Palmer came on. If there is a silver lining from this as a Chelsea fan, I guess I was really, really happy to see Cole Palmer score. It was a brilliant goal by him and nice moment by him, and especially, as I said, as a Chelsea fan, there is something I guess I can take from this game. Kind of proved to me, I already knew this, but proved to me that he's a big game player on the big stage. He can perform, and also, Cucurella got an assist, so I guess there's something for me as a Chelsea fan I can take from this and be happy about. But yeah, overall, we had that chance at the end, almost love the line, really, really close there, but overall, I thought Spain were the better side. Spain were the ones, particularly in the first half. The first half was so passive from us, it was really poor. We allowed Spain to just control the game, and while Spain didn't really create much, what I said at half time was, we're playing at a level where, by the style of play we're playing, by not going at Spain, the way we're playing, there's not really much we can go higher than this. We couldn't really improve much from that, and if we just allow Spain to have this ball, Spain, they're not playing well at half time, they can step up, and if they step up, we're going to get punished, and that's exactly what happened when they came out in the second half, and we got punished for it. And yeah, particularly in the first half, I was really annoyed with the amount of long balls we were doing from Pickford. We just couldn't cope with the Spain press, we couldn't get out of it, we didn't have enough good players on the ball to get out of that again. Kind of saying what I was talking about, those football fundamentals to get out of a high press situation that easily. We couldn't really do it, and we had to go long so many times. It was very frustrating. But yeah, I think that's most of what I have to say from England, to be honest. Just so annoying. And again, the thing about Southgate is, we go in at half time. Nico Williams was looking really, really good in the first half. He was looking bright, and you could kind of tell that, okay, Williams is gonna, Walker dealt with him, but just about, you could tell that Williams is starting to get a hold on this game. But we didn't make any adjustment to stop this at half time, and that's on Southgate. And I think you could kind of clearly see in this game the difference that coach makes, because so passive, don't be so slow, let's go for it. Come out second half, they score within 2 minutes of the second half. Exactly, because he made changes at half time. Whereas it was just more of the same thing, and we didn't make any adjustments for Nico Williams either. So yeah, just really, really disappointing. But let's talk about the champion Spain, because there is another side of this. Of course, I'm devastated as an England fan, but Spain, thoroughly deserve this. By far and away, the best team at this tournament. By a mile, won all 7 games at this tournament. I'm not sure if a team has ever done that at Euros. They beat 4 world champions on the way to do it as well. Again, no team has ever done that. They had the hardest run. They were on the hardest side of a draw. They had one of the hardest group stages, and they passed every single test with flying colours. Absolutely incredible. For any Spanish viewers watching, huge congratulations. You should be so proud of your team. Nobody really before the tournament started was tipping Spain to win it. Kind of like outside bets for it, but they proved everyone wrong. I said before, they don't necessarily have too many world-class individuals, but you can see when you have a group of 11 good technical players who all know their roles, who are in a system that suits them and gets the best out of them, you can do very well. You don't need tons of world-class, best in the world players. You just need a couple, like Rodri, but you just need overall 11 players who are just very, very good players. And here, there's no weak spot in this main squad. As I said, none of them, Lenormand, Cucurella, Fabian Ruiz, no one would say they're world class, but they're all very, very good players, and that's all you need. And they all stepped up. Every single person at this tournament has been absolutely outstanding. And in this final, absolutely incredible. The 2 wingers, Yamal and Williams, link up for the first goal. Nico Williams, man of a match. He was voted man of the match, rightfully so. Best player in this game. He was the one who got the ball, and he was like, I'm getting this ball and I'm driving at my opponent. I'm going to make something happen. And what a finish for his goal. What a finish. Yamal probably should have scored, to be honest, but got another assist. I mean, what a tournament for this kid. I saw that apparently in every knockout game he has managed to get a goal contribution now, which is insane. Most assists at this tournament, and a goal as well. Absolutely superb. But see, I said it was about 11, having great 11 players. It's not even just that. Spain's depth at this tournament has been a big reason why they've won this. You saw it full on display here. Rodri, their best player, goes out, most likely injured at half time. Martin Zubimendi comes in. You don't even notice Rodri going off. You could argue Zubimendi played better than Rodri. Zubimendi was incredible. And then of course the winner. Who scored the winner? A substitute, Miguel Oyarzabal. What a moment for him. I don't think he's actually scored at this tournament, but again, you see, the depth and quality in this Spain squad is absolutely incredible. Players coming off the bench and winning it for them. An unlikely hero laid on to win it. That was a fantastic ball by Cucurella for that goal. Dani Olmo comes in, Pedri starts, the tournament gets injured, Olmo comes in, arguably just as good, or even better. Lenormand, Nacho comes in for him, just as good. Honestly, it's absolutely incredible. And I said this in the preview, could this potentially be the start of an era of dominance for Spain? Are they going to dominate the world stage once again? It could do, it certainly could do, because you look at this squad. I mean, besides Carvajal, really, in the starting 11, all of these guys will most likely be at the next World Cup. None of them are particularly old as well. They've obviously got incredible youngsters like Yamal, Williams, Pedri as well. say, but going into the next World Cup, based on how they're performing, they're the favourites. They are the favourites, because especially you look at that next World Cup, Argentina are going to be aged out. Messi might not be there, Di Maria won't be there, etc. So Spain, this really could be the start of something for them. And a word on this man, Luis de la Fuente. What an incredible job he's done. Taking the, under 19 squad, and then getting the seniors job after Luis Enrique. And what an amazing job he's done to turn around this Spain squad, because they were okay under Enrique, but not amazing, and he's just turned things around completely. First time managing at a major tournament, and he's won it. I mean, that is insane. That is absolutely insane. And as I said, he made the right changes. Second half, they come out absolutely fantastic. His substitute comes on, scores a winning goal. Just absolutely incredible stuff. Yamal wins Young Player of the Tournament, rightfully so. What I will say is, Rodri, don't get me wrong, has been absolutely incredible. He has been so good and is probably Spain's best player. But has he been the best player of this tournament? I'm not so sure. I actually think Fabian Ruiz, alongside him, has been better. Yamal, Williams, maybe even Olmo, throughout this tournament have been better than him. Obviously, no necessarily qualms with Rodri being player of the tournament, but I personally would have given it to somebody else in that Spain squad, especially because Rodri didn't even play off the final. But still, really nice to see Rodri getting some recognition in terms of those individual honours, because he never really gets them for City, and good to see that he's finally been recognised for that. But yeah, just incredible from Spain. You could tell in that first half, they were a little bit nervous or a little bit slow on the ball, a bit safe with possession. But as I said, they went in that second half. And I think De La Fuente said, look, these guys are going to allow you to have the ball. Don't be so scared, don't be so safe with the ball, just go for it. Just have the shackles off. And that's exactly what they did. In the second half, they came out and they were like, let's pass this ball around quicker, let's try and really penetrate at Spain, and they did that well. Yamal and Williams, particularly Yamal didn't even have an amazing game. Shaw did really well against him. I'll give credit to Shaw for that. But with players like this, all it takes is one moment. You can have a bad game all time, but you just need that one split second, and you can kill the opponent. That's what he did. With the assist, to Nico Williams finds a pass and makes the pass out to Williams with the goal. But yeah, Morata, nice for him as well as captain to lift the trophy. What a moment for him. Most likely his last time playing for Spain, and to lift the trophy is absolutely superb. But yeah, Spain fully deserved it, by far and away the best team of this tournament. No doubt about it. And I mean, usually the best team of the tournament doesn't actually win the tournament. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But this time it happened. Spain deserve it. Massive credit to them. Ultimately, England, we were undone by the best team at the tournament. We never really faced a great team at this tournament until the final, and yeah, it was a step too far. It was a step too far, and they showed the levels in this final. Very, very disappointing as an England fan, of course, but what can you do? As I said, congratulations to Spain. They fully deserved it. If we would have won this, obviously I would be elated, but it would be a bit fluky. We didn't necessarily deserve to win this tournament. Spain did. So fantastic to Spain, and yeah, that's really all I gotta say about the Euros. Of course, get your comments down below on the Euro final. But yeah, I'm gonna go now and watch the Copa America final, and we will come back and review the Copa final. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Guys, I'm gonna be so real with you. The Copa America currently end of normal time, but I'm so tired. It's 4:30 AM right now in the UK, and I'm like, So I'm just gonna call it a day. And yeah, I'll give my thoughts on the 90 minutes. But of course, I don't know who wins right now. I'm assuming, to be honest, I don't think anyone's winning it in extra time. If anyone does, it'll probably be Argentina. Argentina were the ones who ended the 90 minutes on top and were pushing for the goal. So potentially Argentina win in extra time. Or if it goes to penalties, I'm probably about 80% sure Argentina win on pens just because of how good they are on pens. So yeah, if I do get time during the day, I will add I'll react to however the game ends. But in terms of my thoughts of the 90 minutes, obviously the big talking point is Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi went off injured in about the 66th minute or something. Yeah, he picked up a little knock in the first half from Davinson Sanchez, and then yeah, he kind of tripped over and got it again. And yeah, it was really sad to see. He was crying, of course. But to be honest, he really couldn't get into the game anyway. He really struggled in the game to make any sort of impact. But yeah, it was very reminiscent of Ronaldo in Euro 2016. He was proper crying as well. I'm not sure if that was because, just generally annoyed that couldn't make an impact at the Copa America final, had to come off. Or maybe it's because he realised, this is probably my last international tournament with Argentina. Is going to end like this, which is pretty disappointing, but yeah, it is what it is. I thought a draw was pretty fair result. First half, I thought Colombia were the better side. They were in control. They started off the game really well. The game started off with such a great intensity, a great tempo, and I was like, yes, I'm in for a great game. I stayed up for the right reasons, and then it sort of fizzled out a bit. But I thought first half Colombia was slightly better. They were the ones pushing forward. They looked pretty good, composed on the ball, had a couple chances. One quarter by the post. But yeah, they really couldn't create any clear opportunities. Argentina, though, second half came out much better. They were a bit more progressive. They started pressing up higher up the pitch, and Di Maria managed to get into the game a lot. He was on that left hand side a bit, and he was just driving at opponents and doing really well. And then Messi went injured. Di Maria went to the right. Nico Gonzalez came on, and I thought Nico Gonzalez really good, really good, really promising, and was being a real handful down the left hand side. Colombia's right hand side, obviously without Munoz, is looking a bit shaky, to be honest, and that's where Argentina have the most of their joy. I suspect they're probably going to bring on Lautaro Martinez. Maybe he'll do something, but yeah, Colombia, their best chances have really been from set pieces. Davinson Sanchez had a chance where he probably should have scored, and in general, yeah, their corners have been really good. James Rodriguez's delivery has been good, but in normal play, while they've controlled the ball and looked okay, they haven't really created too many clear-cut opportunities, and they've really struggled to break down this Argentina defence. James has been fairly quiet and hasn't really been able to get on the ball that much in attacking areas. Luis Diaz has been awful, to be honest. His first touch has just been really bad, bouncing off everywhere. Not sure what's happened to him, but he's having a real poor game. But yeah, Colombia haven't been able to break through this Argentina defence. Argentina do look like the more threatening team. Obviously, we'll see what happens. You guys know what happens. I suspect Argentina are winning this in extra time or on penalties, but we'll see what happens. But the overarching thing which I want to talk about is what a disgrace, absolute disgrace, with the, if I can show you, if I just got to news, yeah, fans receive medical treatment, chaos, absolute madness. Whoever is organised this event, whoever is in charge, I don't know if it's CONMEBOL or the US, whoever is in charge of the organisation, the logistics of this, absolute disgrace. And I mean, obviously I'm not glad it's happened, but if there's any sort of silver lining behind this, is that luckily it's happened now, because now, ahead of the 2026 World Cup, America can be like, okay, we really need to change ourselves, because this should not be happening at a football stadium, and just in general, it started from the semi-finals with the Uruguay-Colombia game, with the whole security issue. There's been barely any security at this tournament, and of course all this happens. Absolutely shocking, and yeah, the US need to sort themselves out for that 2026 World Cup, because this is not a good look on CONMEBOL. This is not a good look for the US as well. And this whole thing has been poorly organised. From ticket prices being outrageous. I mean, even when they got the fans in the stadium, it was literally, there was no home or away, and they were just 50-50. Everyone was just in random seats. It pretty much looked like they were all mixed up. Absolutely crazy. A 1 hour and 20-minute delay is crazy. Yeah, blame US, blame CONMEBOL for the reason I can't give a match review, because if this was an hour and 20, if this game would be done by now, but unfortunately it's not. And yeah, it must have been really hard for those players as well, because they had to do a warm-up, come back in, wait, and then do a second warm-up. Apparently some of their family members couldn't even get in the stadium. I mean, it was just an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles, and yeah, they definitely have to do some sackings and sort themselves out, because this should not be happening. And also, what on earth is going on with the halftime show? Are you kidding me? I mean, Shakira's cool and that, but like, seriously, halftime show at a football match? Come on, man. I know we're in America, but you've delayed the game by an hour 20, and then I have to sit there and watch a halftime show which is like 25 minutes long, and it's like 4 a.m. Bro, I was losing my mind. I was absolutely losing my mind. Like, seriously. Anyways, yeah, those, I'll leave it there. Those are my thoughts on Copa America. I'm going to sleep, because yeah, that was very annoying having to wait that long for that. But yeah, I suspect Argentina are winning this. But anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Apologies that I couldn't give the full review for the Copa America, but if you guys have enjoyed this video,